welcome back to our channel here in Maestro Electrico. And today's topic, we are going to install the 3 bulbs controlled by 3-gang single pole switch. Of course, we have here the diagram. We have the bulb A, B, and the C. Okay, so we have here already layout already all the electrical pipes and boxes for the set activity. Then of course we will have a very short review first with our 3 cycles of current to flow in the circuit, and as to how are we going to come up with a schematic diagram for a 3 bulbs controlled by 3-gang single pole switch. Of course, we need to review first the 3 cycles of current to flow so that we have a better understanding on how to come up with the line diagram or the wiring diagram of a 3 bulbs controlled by 3-gang single pole switch. Okay, so in the first cycle we have here, in the first cycle we have from source to load, which is the line 1 to load of the circuit, which is the first line of the wires coming from the load or the bulb of the circuit. So in the second cycle, we have from the load to the control device. Okay, so control device. So first cycle we have source to load, second load to control device. Then for the third cycle we have from the control device, to the source, which is line 2. Okay, so we have source to load in the first cycle, load to control device in the second cycle, control device to the source line, which is line 2 already in the third cycle. So how are we going to come up with the schematic diagram of the 3 bulbs controlled by 3-gang single pole? So this is how are we going to make a schematic diagram of 3 bulbs controlled by 3-gang single pole switch. In 3-gang single pole switch, actually we have the common terminal 1, terminal 2, terminal 3, meaning to say we have around 4 terminals here, 1 common and 3 terminal lines also going for the loads of the circuit. So we have 4 wires, 1 common wire. So of course we will follow the 3 cycles of current to flow here. As it says on the first cycle, we have to start from the source, which is line 1, to the load of the circuit. Now here in the line 1, of course in our discussions here, we always use line 1 as our neutral line. Okay, so take note on that. Line 1 always neutral line in our discussions, because other theories or other instructors uses line 2 as the hot line or the live wire, but here in our discussions we only have to use always line 1 as our neutral line. So from line 1, which is the source line, going to the load of the circuit. So we have here the circuit breaker, 15 amperes right here. So in this case we will use this kind of diagram here. So one of the terminal coming from the load, alright, coming from the source going to the load, alright. So this one here, meaning they are connected to each other. Now since we have 3 loads in the circuit, we have bulb A, bulb B, and bulb C, we will also connect the other piece of wires here to connect for the B and for the bulb C. So here we go. This one, then this one. So they are connected to each other. Then proceed to the bulb C or bulb, the load C, this one, then connected to each other. Alright? So first cycle, line 1 to the load of the circuit, meaning these are loads of the circuit. We have the bulb A, bulb B, and the bulb C. Alright? So we have it here now. From line 1 to the load of the circuit, bulb A, bulb B, and the bulb C. These are the neutral lines of the circuit. Next, in the second cycle, we have here load to source control device. So we have only one control device here, which is the 3-gang single pole switch already. So in this case, we have number 1 here, meaning this is intended for our bulb A. So the condition is bulb A to be controlled on the first terminal coming from the 2-gang or 3-gang single pole switch. So this one, number 1 here, let's use this for A only. So meaning to say, this wire here connect going to this one, going here in our 3-gang single pole switch right here. Okay, so right here they are connected to each other. Okay, so that is connected to each other. The next, bulb B, how to where to control. So this bulb B here, bulb B going to number 2. This is B. The other side is C, right? So this one is B already, right here. So they are connected to each other. Okay, next, bulb C, right here, connected to each other, this one, then also right here. So we have 3 wires here, 2 wires. Then the last cycle, we have the third cycle from the control device going back to the source line, which is line 2. So from the control device, the common terminal, going back to the source line, which is line 2. Okay, so in this way, we're going to connect this one right here. Okay, then the last one here, connected to each other. So going back to the line source, which is the line 2 of our circuit. When we say, or when we talk about 3-gang single pole switch, it means that it's just only a combinations of the 3 single pole switch combined together in a one whole set of a control device to form or to be called as a 3-gang single pole switch. So we have here the illustrations of the 3 single pole switches on this diagram right here. As we study or understand the control mechanism of a control device or the single pole switches. Okay, so in every single pole switches, of course, we have 4 terminal points here, meaning there are 4 holes around this side. So we have 4 holes right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have also here 1, 2, 3, and 4 holes. So meaning the first 2 holes right here, when we test, actually is just have a continuity to each other. So we have here the multitester. Once it sounds, meaning there is a continuity to each other. So let's check. Meaning they are close contact to each other, meaning there is a continuity from each of one. Another here, there should be a close contact or a continuity from this side. So let us check. Alright, the same. So all of these are having a continuity to each other. So this is the principles of the control device or a single pole switch right here. So there is a continuity to each other. Now, once you're going to click for the lower and the upper portion of the switch. Once the switch is off, there is no continuity because the position is off, like this one. We will try this one if this is off. So meaning this is off position. But once we are going to click the switch on, example for bulb A, so the mechanism looks like this. There is a continuity to each other. They will cross each other, meaning once we're going to click right here, like that, then there is a continuity from the both side. There should be a continuity like this. Right? So the other side, switch on again. So one automatically close each other. Then we will check the continuity. There should be. Right? The other side. There is also. Alright. So, and the last one here. Once we are going to test right here, there is a continuity, and also right here there is a continuity, or even right here, or even also right this position. So there is a cross position. This one. Like that, right here, right here, right here. So meaning all the switches are on the on position like this. So this is the control mechanism of a 3-gang single pole switch. Okay, so we will now proceed on the wiring installation as to how we're going to put the wires of a 3-gang single pole switch. So we have that one. So all we have to do is only to put a jumper on the side right here. Do the jumper, put some wires around here, then also around this part over here. Okay, so around this side, the lower portion, since there is a jumper wire along the side, meaning this could be your common terminal right here. This is now your common terminal, or even around this side, it could be also your common terminals also. Okay, so another, we have 4, the terminal 1, 2, and 3 for the A, B, and C. So let's say this one here, this is intended for 1 for the first terminal, then second for the bulb B right here also, this is 2, then 3 for the bulb C right here. So these are the places or the joint that you are going to put some of the wires for 1, 2, and 3, for 1, 2, and 3, or A, B, and C, A, B, and C bulb. Okay, so let's try to look on how are we going to assemble or even to disassemble a 3-gang single pole. So we have it here now, the tools intended for this activity again, for the assembling and disassembling of a 3-gang single pole switch. So this is what we call the 3-gang single pole switch. So this is the process or the proper way of dismantling or disassembling this 3-gang single pole switch. As you could observe around this part, there is a hole right there. So you only have to do is to insert the flat screwdriver over here, then twist slightly this one, then as it open, slowly press here, then open up. Okay, then around this side, as you could observe, so these are the base right here, extendable parts of the faceplate right here. So meaning to say, you cannot push the single pole switch right there, but on the other side, on the top. So it's just reverse this one, then push like that, open, push right here, then open, push right here, and then open also. Okay, so okay, this one slowly only. Okay, so again, to assemble, of course, we need the plates, cover plates, and the single pole switch right here. So along these sides, you only have to arrange first the position or on positions of the switch right there. This is the on position, off position. So right here, as you can observe, these are the extendable part and these are the base right here. So once you twist like that, meaning this side here is the base right there. Okay, on the base part, insert and then press. The other side, base also here, and then press. Base also right here, and then press. So you have now the 3-gang single pole switch. So how are you going to jumper based on the discussions a while ago with our control mechanism of 3-gang single pole switch? So all you have to do now is to estimate first the removal of our insulator. So this is actually the proper way of the removal of the insulator. Do not remove all the way the insulator right here. Then all you have to do is to twist first right here the parted insulator, and then slowly push it out, jumper the 3-gang single pole switch. So of course we have to estimate it first as to where are we going to jumper the wire like this. So once we have to do this one right here. Let's say we will start on the other side in this position. So we are going to jumper from this portion going to this the other terminal of the single pole switch. So in this we have to do this like this way, and then right here, then bend right here also, this one. So as we bend the wire like that, so we can now estimate is if it is really exact for the location. So meaning to say we can cut around this part right here, estimated only. So we have it now this kind, and then try to remove the insulator this way. The other side also. Okay, then twist the wire again right here. Do not remove it yet. So as you twist the wires, it's slowly moving out backward, so you can remove the wires easily. Okay, then insert this wire right here, this position here only, one, then the other side also. Okay, so you can bend the wires outside. Okay, bend the wires outside, then make another jumper for the other side this way. This is the proper way of removing the insulator. Then twist the wire right here. Okay, twist and twist only until it removed. Okay, once it's removed already, then you can now estimate the wires right here this way. Then this position going to this corner, the other side right here, from here until this area. So I think I'm gonna cut around this part right here this way, then remove the wires like this. So I'm gonna cut around this part. So we have now the jumpered wire then remove some part of the insulator around the side right here. So this only first, you only have to twist it first until it removed. Okay, here, then push outward. Okay, it's removed already. Then that's too much for this wire, so we're gonna move some part right here. We're gonna remove some part around here. Then twist again, then jumper over here this way. Okay, so I hope you can follow, guys. This way, push the other side, push also, and then bend the wires right here. So that's already how are we going to jumper. So meaning to say, your common terminal would be right here, or even right this side. Then the other side would be your distribution line going to the load, bulb A. Second is for bulb B, and the other side is for bulb C. So let's do the sample first for our common terminal right here. So again, this is the proper way of removing the insulator. Okay, so this is it. Then insert the wire for our common terminal right here, example. Then going to the load. Okay, so since this is an example only, we're gonna cut it first. Then we will proceed on the wires connections for our bulb A. So again, this is the proper way. Since this is a stranded wire, then do this way in removing the insulator. Okay, so this is intended for our bulb A, example only. So bulb A, insert here, coming from the bulb A. Okay, so example only, so we gonna cut this first, example only. Next, for our bulb B again. For bulb B, remove the insulator. Observe proper removal of the insulator. So as you can observe, okay, like that. Then twist this way. Twist this way until it removes. Okay. Then insert for the bulb B right here. Okay. Then since this is an example only, so I'm gonna cut it first. Okay, cut. Then proceed on the next one, bulb C. Okay, this one, do this only. This one, and let remove. Then insert the wire for the third single pole switch for the bulb C, like this. So this is now the proper way of assembling, disassembling, and wiring connections of 3 bulbs controlled by 3 gang single poles. Then do the cover also this way. Right? Let us now proceed on the wiring installation and wiring connections of this. So around this part, as you said, this is the line 1. This is intended for the neutral line, and the neutral line jump over here. Okay, so this is in a color of blue wires. The other side, live wire or line 2, in a form of a black wire. So in these discussions, in our discussion here, we use the blue color wire as our neutral line, this one, and the black color right here is intended for our hot line or the live wire. Okay, so since we don't have yet the wires, so let's put some wires around this part. Okay, so we're gonna put the electrical tape to become easier to insert on the pipes like this. Okay, so 2 wires. We have color black for the control lines or the live wire, then blue wires right here is intended for the neutral line connection. So we have here another wire here inside this way, then the other side right here. So this is the only available wires since somebody is requesting in our demonstration here to have the color coding, but actually in the real situation, once we are going to install electrical wiring installation, there's no such color coding. But for since there were somebody requesting us to have a demonstration in terms of color coding for them to have an easy understanding in the connections of the neutral line and the live wire, so we're gonna show it first to them that this is actually in terms of color coding. But in the real life situation, in the actual wiring connections, there is no such a color coding that is need to follow. Okay, so we have it there for the load wires here. So in our discussions, we have around 4 wires right here. We have 4 wires right here this way. So we have an indicator for this one. This is intended for our common terminal. So we have also right here for our common terminal. Okay, so along this part we have 3 wires also right here. Okay, then the other side also we have 3 wires also. 2 wires, I'm sorry, 2 wires only. Okay, so those are the materials now needed for this wiring activity. Then we will now start on the bulb connections or the receptacle connections or the lamp holder. So we're gonna remove first this electrical tape right here. Then so in this case, we're gonna check it first as to where is the connections or which of the 2 terminals here is intended for our neutral line connections. So that is a very important one. So in doing so, we only have to test right here in the side, in the corner, the bulb right here, the corner of this receptacle or lamp holder right here only. Then we're gonna test around this portion. Continuity checking only. Okay, so this is it. Alright, so around the side, this is intended for our ground line connection. So this one. So we're gonna put this one in the color blue color of the wire right here. So this blue color here should be put on this side for our neutral connection. Okay, so this way. Okay, then so we need to say the other side is intended for the connections for the control device. This one. Okay, twist again here. Twist until it removes. Bend some part or make a loop around here like that. Then sway for the other side. Okay. So just simple as that, right? Then fix that wire. Alright. Put some screw. Okay, and the other side also for the first bulb or bulb A. This one, put the bulb right away. Okay, then do the same process right here. Find it first as to where is the locations for the connection of our neutral line connections right here. So just do this one right here, then test right here. So since this is the one, meaning to say this terminal here is intended for the ground line connections of our lamp holder this way. Okay, then alright. So first the other side for the switch line terminal or wire. So this way. Right here. Then some part also right here. Then tighten. And of course you have to put the bulb right here. The other side. Okay, so this is now the terminal intended for our neutral line connections right here. So the color blue wire should be okay. Just do remove some part of it. Okay, then the other. Next we have here the 3-gun single pole switch this way. So we do the jumper already in this case. So we have the jumper wire, and then all we have to do is to connect the common wire, terminal 1, 2, and 3. So let's do this, guys. So we will do first the common terminal. Okay, so common terminal. So we have here an indicator for the common terminal, this one, white electrical tape, and also here for the common terminal connection. So twist and twist only until it removed. Then this is now intended for our common terminal. So this is it. So we have here in this position. Then we have here the common terminal. Around this side we have the jumper wires already. So this is our common terminal right here. Okay, that's it guys. Then for number 1, so we're gonna use this wire for number 1. So as you can observe, it's moving, right? So we will use this wire as wire connections of number 1 or bulb A, intended for bulb A. This one. Okay. So this is for bulb A on the upper portion. This one right here. Then number 2 right here. Number 2, we're gonna make some groove right here, 1 and 2, meaning this is for number 2. The other side is 3. Number 2, this one, this is number 2. So we have 1 and 2. So number 3 is this one. So we have here 1, 2 and 3. So there is an indicator. So we have also here 1, 2 and 3. So that's it. Okay, so for number 2, we have here number 2. So this way, just remove the insulator, then twist the wire. Okay, so insert for number 2 rotation right here. Then number 3, this one. So this is intended for number 3. Okay, so that's it. Exit 1 right here. Okay, then the cover plate right here. So we have already the indicator. This is our common terminal coming from the 3-gun single pole switch. So we have here indicator as 1 group, meaning for bulb 1. 2 groups right here, 2 indicators, meaning for bulb 2. 3 indicators right here for bulb 3 or bulb C. Okay, so this is our neutral line in the first cycle from the control devices going to the source line. So we have here for the neutral line connections right here. So since this is a color coding one, so all blue colors right here, and then from the other side also will be connected together for our first cycle in this portion. So do this one right here, then twist each other. Okay, alright, so this is for the first cycle. Then of course the other side, first cycle also, this one. So need to remove the wires, the insulator first, this way. Okay, remove this one, then twist again right here. Alright, and also right coming here from the load B, and also to the other side right here. So we're gonna remove first the insulator this way. Okay, so twist it first, then join together the blue color here, the blue color also coming from here and to the other side right here. So these are the three cycles, the three wires in the first cycles, I'm sorry. Right, so this way. Join together. This is Aratel connections only, the basic one, no? The most common type of splicing, this one. Then the under blue color here intended for our neutral line connections and also from the bulb C. So join together right here, this way, and then twist each other. Okay, I hope you can follow this one, guys. Okay, so that is the first cycle. So in the second cycle, of course, the condition is from bulb A to the first single pole switch. So we have here now the wire, another wire here, this one, meaning this one, and on the number 1 indicator a while ago. So one groove here, meaning indicated for the first switch of the 3-gang single pole switch. So we're gonna do this first right here. Remove first the insulator, of course, again. So as you can observe, there is a proper way of removing the insulator. So do not remove all the insulator yet, but you only have to twist it first like this until it removed, so that you can twist already the wires inside. Alright? So this way. Alright? Then the other side here, we will use this wire. The same process, right? Twist again until it removed, then that's the time that you are going to connect. So bulb A going to the first wire, one. Okay, so gonna use this wire again. This one. Then the number 1. No, we have single indicator, meaning that is intended for the bulb A connections coming from the control device in the 3-gang single pole switch. This one. So we're gonna connect it at each other again. This way. Right? So that is for the second cycle on the first bulb. Okay. This one here. Arrange it well. Then join together. Okay. Then the second cycle for the second bulb or bulb B, this one, this wire. Okay. Then we will look for the 2 groove right here, meaning this is intended for the second switch of our 3-gang single pole switch. Okay, this way again. Alright, then join together. Okay, this one. Just right here. The next is coming from this bulb right here. So these 2 wires for the second cycle of the third bulb. So remove the wires coming from the bulb. Remove the insulator of the wire right here. Okay. Then do this. Then also the other one here. Okay. Then join together. Gonna join together right here. Alright, then to the other side, this is intended for bulb 3. So meaning to say, we have around 3 indicators coming from our this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, bulb 3. Alright, so this one. Remove again the insulator right here. Okay, so connect each other. We will just arrange the wire coming out right here. Then connect each other. You can remove some other parts right here this way. Then twist it again. Alright? So next is that our common terminal going back to the source line. So this is the only wires left here, so you can connect it directly right here. Right? So remove first again the insulator for the last cycle. Going back to the line 2 or the source line. This is the last cycle now. Coming from the common terminal of our 3-gang single pole switch. So right here. So this is the common terminal here. So we're gonna use this one. Join together. So this is now the common terminal, the last cycle now, going back to the source line or line 2. Okay. I hope you can follow me, guys, right here. Then right here the wire, the last wire is this one, going back to the source line, which is color black, as I've said a while ago. So this one, the last cycle or the last connections of the wires, this one. Okay, so after this splicing, we're gonna proceed on the testing the circuit. Okay, so this one. Okay, so we will now proceed on testing before we are going to insulate the wires using the electrical tape. So switch off, switch off, switch off. But this time around, we're gonna use resistance reading only. Okay, so we're gonna use ×1 right here. So ×1 is the way. So we're gonna track. So 0 is 5, since there is a leak already with my or the battery is weak already with my tester. So 0 is intended actually for 5. So resistance check this one at the main plug around the side. Then switch on. There's no indicator, meaning there is no trouble with my circuit. Okay, so I'm gonna test for bulb A, this bulb here. So meaning there is an indicator on the on my multi-tester, meaning there is a continuity or there is a resistance reading coming from bulb A. So how are you going to notice that if this bulb here on, okay, off, on, Okay, once I'm going to remove the bulb here, or loosen the bulb here, the pointer will goes back to the 0 point position. This one, meaning this bulb. So this is intended for bulb A. Okay, so we gotta check for bulb B. Okay, still there is a continuity. But once I'm going to remove or loosen the bulb B, there should be a response with the pointer of the tester and go back to the 0 position this way. Okay, so back, alright, off. Alright, for bulb C, this one, bulb C, so you can observe the pointer of the tester is moving on, off, on, off, on. Okay, I'm going to remove the bulb or loosen the bulb for bulb C, this one. It's been off, turn it tight, it's been on, then switch off again. Or all together, this one, all together off, 1, 2, 3, off together using the circuit breaker. Right? So before that, I'm going to close first our circuit breaker. Let's put some cover over it. Okay. So this is now the cover. Alright, then we will now proceed on installation process or electrical taping this way. Okay, so this is it. Next. 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 Then the last one here. Stretch this one. Then look this one here. And tuck. Alright. Then we will now this one. Then settle this first on the side here. Settle like this. Insert the inside. Twist the wire inside. Then put that down. Okay. So we have next wire. This one here. Put it also the other side. This one. Twist it together right here. Then insert. Right? So put the cover from here. So again, another here. So I'm gonna arrange it first. Right? So this one should be right here. So insert the wire along the side. So put the side wire. Then you can follow the other one here. This one. Right here also. This way. Then you can choose this one here. On the side. That. Then this wire. Right here also. Then the other side here. This way. Okay. Then this type of electrical power box, you can use this way. That, insert on it. Then tie in the box right here. Okay. Then the last one here. Then the other side right here. Then put the cover here. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna try it now. switch off first. We'll try to energize our circuit right here. Switch on. Okay, then off. Bulb A, bulb B, bulb C. Off. 1, 2, 3. Off. A, B, C. Off. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and of course to share my videos.